a speedy trial, a very quick sentencing, an extensive torture, and an execution by crucifixion on a cross. Was the man that was killed actually framed and therefore innocent? Where is the body now, and how did the body go missing? Did he really perform miracles? Was he the one that the Old Testament's prophesies talked about? Join us now in our Easter drama as we see how our Jerusalem-based crime scene investigators, CSI, work their way through the evidence to the conclusion and to the confounding question of, who are you, Jesus?
Morning, everyone.
Boss? Hi, boss.
Glad to see you got on this so quickly. What's the situation here?
It looks like an apparent death or crucifixion.
Crucifixion? What's the big deal? It happens all the time now.
Yes, but this guy, he might have been innocent.
Innocent? And how did that happen?
We don't know, sir, but we're hoping the evidence will show us.
Right. What do you know so far?
Well, sir, there are reports of a suspicious arrest, speedy trial, very quick sentencing, extensive torture, and execution carried out almost immediately.
Alright, that's good work. But we're going to need to gather a lot more evidence. Starting from the place where he was arrested. Where was it again?
The Garden of Gethsemane, sir.
Alright. You, Agent Yon, I want you to go back to the scene of arrest at the Garden of Gethsemane. See what you can find and get it back to the lab for analysis.
Okay, I'm on it.
Thank you. And you, Agent Wong.
Yes, sir.
I want you to gather all the evidence you can from here. I want a complete diagnostic to be done. See what it tells us about him.
Okay, I'll get to that now.
Thank you. And you,
Sir?
Agent Sam, I want you to research his background. Talk to people who knew him. I suggest you start by talking to the scribes.
The scribes? Why the scribes?
The scribes, they describe everything. The scribes are renowned for their accuracy in their work. They maintain detailed and stringent discipline in copying the manuscript. Not even a single word can be written from memory. Each word, each letter has to be copied from the original. So if there's any solid or accurate evidence about who this Jesus is, I'll say that these people will be the likely source.
Okay, I'll do some research. see what the scrolls tell me about this guy. And I'll check up with the scribes also.
Thank you. One last question.
Yes, sir.
What was this guy's name?
Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth.
Jesus. Who are you, Jesus? Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I have to talk to you.
Well, fine. What about?
You're a part of the crucifixion team, right?
Well, I was. I am. I used to be.
What do you mean you used to be?
Well, you see, after today, I don't think I can do this anymore.
What? What happened?
You see, crucifixions I'm used to. But this time, I don't know.
Okay, let's just go back to the start. How did this begin?
Well, you see, they brought in this prisoner, Jesus. They told us he was some Jewish leader and that we were supposed to scourge him. We beat him, we slapped him, we drew a crown of thorns into his head. We flogged him within an inch of his life.
A lot of screaming. Is that what set you off?
That's the weird part. Screaming I'm used to, but this guy, he didn't even open his mouth. He was like a lamb to the slaughter. How can you do that?
So it seems like he has something in him more powerful than your torture.
Yeah. So after that, we let him up for the crucifixion.
And how did that go?
He was beaten, exhausted, bloody. We made him carry this huge cross up the hill to Golgotha. He almost didn't make it. When we got there, we nailed him to the cross. Huge metal spikes through his hands and through his feet. Then we lifted him up.
Anchored to the cross like that. Must have been hard to breathe.
Yeah. He'd hang on for as long as he could, and then he'd push himself up to gasp a few breaths. And then
And what?
he'd say things.
You say things up on the cross like that, in that much pain. What did he say?
He said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do."
Alright. Thank you for your time.
Hey, big problem. We got to go now.
What? Go where?
To the tomb.
Who's tomb?
Remember the person we crucified? You know, Jesus?
Yeah, he's dead.
His body is missing.
What?
Whoa. What's going on right now?
I don't know, just look. Just look. Me and a few other guards were stationed at his tomb. And suddenly, a man in white, he was glowing, rolled the huge stone away covering the tomb. And Jesus, his body was gone.
Could it be? It must be.
Could it be what?
I heard a rumor in town that Jesus said that he would rise again after 3 days.
Rise again? As in, come back to life? Jesus, who are you, Jesus?
Oh man, this game's so frustrating. What's the problem? Is this samples are collected from the garden when Jesus was arrested? It appears to be blood. No way, it must be sweat. No way.
Whoa, wait a minute. Which is it?
It appears to be both.
Both?
Yeah, it's sweat. Mingled blood.
So his sweat dropped like
felt like drops of blood. Do you think it could be hematohydrosis?
Hematohydrosis. That's right. You know the condition is extremely rare. Medical research shows that you have to be suffering from extreme levels of stress to sweat blood.
Wow, what else have you found?
Well, there are definite signs of a large knot over there. And there was some kind of fight.
Okay, so there was a struggle. Miss Giles was probably abducted or dragged away against his will.
Now, from the looks of the tracks I found, it appears he went willingly.
Willingly, a mob comes to him in the middle of the night, he's sweating blood from fear, and yet he goes willingly.
Yeah, kind of like a lamb to the slaughter. Who are you, Jesus?